Hi, St. Francis School. It's Sarah here, and it's great to be back with you again today. I was wondering, how are you feeling today? Have a think. How do you feel today? Well, I thought I'd help you out. I thought I'd share some emojis, see if you are feeling like any of these things at the moment. Let's have a look at those in a little bit more detail. So I wonder if you're feeling a little bit sad at the moment. I thought I'd tell you something about when I was last feeling a bit sad. Look, here's why I was feeling sad, and I wonder if you've been feeling like this at all. I have been missing some of my family because I can't go and see them. And my family live in Jersey, which is, you have to get on a plane or a boat to go over there. But to be honest, you haven't been able to go away from Valley Park or Chandler's Ford to visit family anyway. So they might only live, I don't know, they might only live in London or something, but you still can't go and see them. And it's made me a little bit sad that I can't go and see my family, but I'm excited because I can soon. Anyway, that's something that's made me sad. What about you? What's made you feel sad recently? Here's another emotion. Do you know what that one is? That's when you're scared or frightened. And I wonder what makes you frightened. I thought I'd tell you about something that made me very frightened once. And I've got a video clip. Here it is. This is not me, but I have done exactly this. It's a rafting trip on a river in Africa. And I went on this exact river down these rapids, and something like what happened to these guys happened to me, and it made me quite scared. Let me show you. Yes, the whole boat went upside down. I got stuck in the water. It was really scary, but actually it was quite fun. But for a little while, I was very scared. Now, don't get me wrong, it was safe enough. If you get the chance to go rafting down a river, take it. But for a little while there, I was very scared because I couldn't get out of the water. But I just thought I'd tell you something that made me scared. I mean, there's lots of other things that made me scared as well, but that was something. I wonder what makes you scared. Well, let's have a look at another emotion, another feeling. Happiness. What makes you feel happy? I thought I'd tell you about a time. I've had lots of happy times, but this was such a happy day. It was my wedding day. That is me. That's my husband, Cliff, lifting me up in his arms. We both look a lot younger then, but it was one of the happiest days of my life. And I wonder what makes you happy. What about this emotion? Do you know what that stands for? I guess we can use it for lots of things, but I'm using it to say, I'm really excited. And I just thought I'd show you something that makes me really excited. Let's have a look. I did scream all the way down, but it was so much fun. I don't know if you like those zip wires in the park. I love those too. You know what, it's Easter, isn't it? It's Easter this week, really. It's Easter at the end of this week. And there are so many emotions in the Easter story. So I thought I'd just run through the events that are coming up that we are going to be thinking about over the next few days. And then I just want to tell you a Bible story about the end of the Easter story. But let's just have a look at what happens. And I thought I'd show you some scenes from the Easter story in Lego. You can't beat a bit of Lego, can you? That's something else that makes me quite happy. This is what happens on Thursday this week. It's called Maundy Thursday. And I wonder if you can recognize that scene from Easter. It's the Last Supper when Jesus got his friends together, sat down, and he shared bread and wine with them and he washed their feet. That's the Last Supper, and we remember that on Thursday. And then on Friday, it's called Good Friday. And we remember when Jesus died on the cross. Now, you might think, why on earth is that good? Well, the reason is that he died on the cross. And when he died on the cross, all the bad and sad things in the world died with him. And that makes it sad, but very good. Then on Saturday, we remember that Jesus was put in a tomb. That's what happened back then. When you died, you were put in a tomb. And everybody thought that was the end of the story. But on Easter Day, on Sunday, we remember the most exciting of things that happened. The women went to see Jesus at his body. They went to find the tomb. They went to find Jesus's body. And I'm going to read you a bit of a story about what happens. And I would like you to just think about the emotions that were going on in the story. So let me have a read. It was very early on Easter Sunday. The birds were still in bed. The sun had yet to open its bright eye to the world. The sky was grey and grainy, and 3 women walked slowly towards the graveyard. Jesus was buried there, and the women were coming to visit his grave. They talked in sad whispers. They cried. They held each other's hands. Jesus had been dead for 3 days, and they missed him very much. Just as they reached the graveyard, however, some surprising things happened. The ground began to shake. The air began to tremble. And quick as lightning, an angel flashed down from heaven and rolled the stone away from Jesus's tomb. Everything went quiet. The ground stopped moving, but the women shook with fear. "Don't be afraid," said the angel. "Come and see, the tomb is empty and Jesus is alive." Arm in arm, the women crept past the angel and into the tomb. The sheets were still there. You can just see them in the tomb there, can't you? The sheets that they had wrapped around his dead body were folded up, but Jesus himself was gone. "Where is he?" asked the woman. "What have you done with him?" "I told you," smiled the angel. "He's not dead anymore. He's come back to life and he wants you to tell all his friends." The women looked at each other. They didn't know whether to laugh or cry. They were so excited, they could hardly believe it. That is, until they hurried out of the tomb and ran straight into Jesus. "Oh, Jesus," they cried, "it's true. You are alive." And they fell at his feet, amazed. "There's no need to be afraid anymore," he said. "God has made everything all right. It is the happiest of happy days. But I do have a job for you. I want you to tell the rest of my friends that I am alive. Tell them I'll meet them on the seashore in Galilee, where all our adventures started." The women waved goodbye and hurried off to Jerusalem. The birds were singing now. The sun's bright eye was wide open, and they had the most amazing story to tell. Wow. The Easter story has got all of those emotions in it. It's got sadness, it's got excitement, it's got fear, and it's got joy and amazement. So as we think about Easter this week, as we go through Thursday, Good Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, maybe you could remember the emotions that people felt at the time. And maybe you could remember that Jesus is with you as you feel all those emotions. Jesus is with us when we're really sad. He's with us when we're really scared. And he says to us, don't be afraid, I'm with you. Jesus is with us when we feel really happy. And he's with us when we feel so excited and we just think our hearts could burst. So on Easter Day, maybe we could remember that Jesus has died because all of the sad and bad things in the world die with him. But actually, he doesn't stay dead. He has come back from the dead, so we don't need to be frightened anymore, so that we can know that he is with us, whatever is going on. And that's what we celebrate as Christians at Easter. It really is something to celebrate, new life and happiness. So as you eat your Easter eggs, don't forget the joy and excitement of new life that Jesus brings for each one of us. Why don't we say a prayer together? Jesus, thank you so much that you are with us when we feel sad and when we feel afraid. And Lord, thank you that you died for all the bad and sad and scary things in the world, that they died with you. And God, thank you for the joy and excitement and happiness that you can bring into our lives, for the freedom that you bring into our lives. Please would you help us to remember that this Easter time and to celebrate the wonderful news that you are alive and that you bring new life, new possibility and joy for us. Amen. Happy Easter, everybody. See you soon. Bye.